James Rowe, John Quincy, Andrew Jackson, Marvin Van Buren, William Henry, John Tyler, J.K. Poe, Zachary Taylor, Miller Fillmore, Franklin Pierce, Jimmy Cannon, Abraham Lincoln, President. Welcome, everyone, to another episode of Like Father, Like Son. I am your host, Mr. Unknown. I am here with you this evening. I'm rolling the solo train. My guy, Asante, Kojo, the character, is off for the evening. What's up with my man? Thanks for hanging out with us. Shouts out to all of his great music he got pumping out over there. Check him out. What's that at FMK_Haran? Okay, check him out. He got all the nice little hits for you if that's what you need. Shouts out to Portia hanging out with us. Shouts out to Maxwell All Smiles Photos. So if you need some shots, go ahead and check out Maxwell All Smiles Photos. You know, if the family trying to take the family portraits, if you're just trying to get the little skadoompy boom boom picture, because y'all didn't take that picture at that club that night and she felt like you was trying to get at a baby girl, get at All Smiles. My guy Nate, we popping tonight. What's going on, y'all? We got the open discussion going tonight. First, I want to make sure that I continue giving the love and the respect to Women's International History Month. I know that's a whole lot, it's a mouthful, but just paying respect and honor to the women that have done so much for us as individuals, for the men, for the women, and just paying respect to them. Without them, you know, we wouldn't even be here. So I want to continue giving that until the month is in, till the day I stop breathing in general, right? So shouts out to all of the women and the queens who put forth the effort, because I know without this lady, my grandmother, you know, I don't know what position I would be in my life for taking the position of a guardian as my mother went through struggling times. And now here she is in her life where she's able to be a grandmother, which is just as important as being a mother, because, you know, if you're back in the picture, you always got to play your role and you got to do what is necessary as a family member, in my opinion. So with all that being said, so this weekend, I went to this gathering, right? And, you know, I mean, it was like one of those real life gatherings. It was like one of them ones where you dressed up and there's playing all of the classics and they're singing as loud as possible. And it was just a moment. It was the moment of, wow, is life back? It was a lounge bar atmosphere put together representing someone's birthday. It was a brunch. It was representing International Women's Month. It was paying respects to, I want to say, San Francisco Black Wall Street group. I don't know. I've seen a few people in there wearing Black Wall Street shirts, San Francisco. So I thought that was remarkable. I just thought it was the event in itself. You know, it was great. I went with one of my good friends and we were there and the party kind of extended. I didn't know if it just extended because the time was just going. You know, I seen the flyer. It was supposed to be over at 5, but the groove, the mood, the atmosphere, the people, I mean, it was just live. It was so live that I seen a dad from my son's baseball team that just was randomly in there, but he's in the neighborhood. And I was just like, wow, like, here's life. Here's what life had for you. This is what it looked like. This is what it tastes like. This is what it feels like. So I ask, are you all ready for life? Are you ready? Right. I am feeling the Holy Spirit, like, for real, because, you know, it's really been like, it's almost been like a miniature. I ain't gonna go too deep because I ain't never experienced no prison. I have experienced the inside of a jail cell when I was kind of figuring out why the poles are as long as they are and how metal works. But anyway, are y'all ready for everything to open? Because hey, look, I'm not sure where it's at in the process, like for real, because they'll say it's all good and then they'll retract, right? Are you really ready? Are you ready, not for some football, but are you ready to be out? I'm talking no mask. How you gonna deal with that? You've been wearing a mask for over a year nonstop. Period. What are you going to do when someone comes next to you and they don't got no mask on? How are you going to handle that? How are you going to, right? When someone really coughs, and it simply could have been, I had to drink whatever it is, water, soda, alcohol, juice, and it might have just went down the wrong throat, right? Yeah. And your reaction, what is your reaction going to be like? How are you going to be able to handle that, right? Miami been lit, okay? Miami is almost burnt out. Miami is the incense that you got to relight because it's so lit. Atlanta, Georgia, Texas, it's just going. It's going. And I know it's other little states in there, but those are the big ones that we know of straight off the top of our mind. So are you ready? Because I'm ready. I am ready. And the way that people was in this place, they were so excited. They were so excited. Like you can see the passion. It was like, it was the passion inside of this atmosphere. And this was in San Francisco. This was yesterday, a nice little gathering. It was so, the excitement, the energy was so lit. And so, I don't like to use the word lit, but the energy was so inspiring and so, I don't like to use turned up, but I'm going to use it anyway, turned up, that it was almost like everybody, watch me now, everybody was in the shower. And when you in the shower or in your car, it ain't a word, it ain't a lyric, it ain't a melody or harmony that you don't know. I'm talking this. I don't have no footage. I don't want to start videotaping people, but I was like, wild. Not wow, but wild, right? I'm saying wow, but I can't even say wow. It was wild. I guess that's somewhere near wild, but it wasn't a wild atmosphere, right? I'm 43, so you can see the youngsters in the building. You can see those who are of my age in the building. And, it was just, it was beautiful, y'all. It was absolutely beautiful. Now, next thing, because we got open mic tonight, so I got a lot on my mind, and I just want to know where y'all at, what y'all feeling, So the next thing is we're at the point where school is about to open, right? It's like pretty much there. School is going to open. Maybe not every school in every district, but majority of them are. And so now it's in between. Do a teacher want to get the vaccine, or well, I'm not coming back if I got to get a vaccine? So it's all of that going on, right? And let's just keep the record straight. You already know they're gonna do whatever they got to do. They're gonna accommodate whatever they got to accommodate to get people back in. And they know by law you can't just flat out just make somebody do something that they don't want to do. Now they can say, well, fine, then don't come back, and you got to go on unpaid leave, right? So all of that could take place, but the fact of the matter is that they want people back in. Most of us thought that, they're going to hold off for the rest of the school year. They got to, right? No. I think next month, y'all, probably after spring break, it's going down. School's back in business. What was it? It was 6 feet. Now it's only 3 feet. Now you only got to be away from an individual for 3 feet. Well, if you only got to be away from somebody 3 feet, well, then you might as well go on and just pop it off regular, right? With the mask, and because 3 feet ain't nothing but a yard, right? So you're talking, y'all can't really see a yard, but y'all know what 3 feet is, right? You say, oh, I can stand that close to you. But what you, all that extra, right? If I can stand 3 feet away from you, I can stand next to you. Stop that. Stop, right? But if you got a kid, how you feeling? Are you feeling like it's all good? Are you feeling like I'm not necessarily bothered by the fact that my kid is going to go back in? Are you reluctant, right? And with all that being said, there's this teacher that I know. Her name is Miss Jackson, and she's a teacher at an elementary school. And she posted something this morning on Instagram, and I just kind of got like a deep what do you call it? A deep sigh, like through my earphone, as if someone was in my earphone, right? You know how how like when you watch ESPN or the Oprah show and they like got that little thing around there. I was almost like I had it in there, but I heard it coming from this side of my life on this side. But the fact of the matter is that this individual, this teacher, Miss Jackson, put it up on her Instagram. So obviously she wanted people to see it. And so she put up there, if you need someone to help you with the verbiage of advocating for your kid during this time of COVID, she pretty much said DM her, period. Okay. It's on my story. It's on my Facebook story and it's on my Instagram story. And that's why I put it up there, because I thought, wow, that's big. That means she's okay with assisting parents, guardians in what do I do? What do I say? How do I manage this process with children, staff, and the whole going back to school, and just in general with my child in a school atmosphere? Because she led something with the fact of you are the first teacher. And again, these are facts that you are the first teacher of your child. And if that doesn't coincide, if what's going on at the school doesn't coincide with what you're teaching as a parent, you need to figure out how it can connect and lock in as one. That comes from conversation. That comes from knowing, wanting to know, and being a part of it. Well, what school are you working at now? Well, I work for my own school, and it's Enchantment Institute. And if you go right there to Facebook, you type in Enchantment Institute, and we're down right now, but I still got 2 surviving students, and that's Asante and Kobe, and we go Monday through every day. And then it's also on Instagram, Enchantment Institute, and you'll see what we've been doing. So anyway, the schools are really about to open, and we do need to make sure that we focus on that. We do need to support each other, right? Because we don't know how it's all going to happen, right? First, it's just 3 feet. Plus, they pretty much would rather everyone take the vaccine, right? They can't study nothing if people don't take the vaccine. Those are facts. Those are just facts. Okay, they can't do the research if no one takes the vaccine. That's just how it goes. And the more people will take it, more nationalities take it, the better it is for them to do the research. Those are facts. That ain't knocking nobody. That ain't shaming nothing or no one. Those are true facts. Okay, so these are those times where we need to make sure that we are supporting each other when it comes to our kid going back into that schoolhouse, right? And so if that's the choice that you make, I'm not going to tell you whether you should. I'm not even going to give you my opinion whether you should or not. The fact of the matter is, if that's what you're doing, do it with 100% confidence. Don't do it with reservations of, well, if this and well, if that. If that's what it is, that's what it is. If you're taking your baby and you're putting them in the school, cool. Just communicate with the teachers and administrators and find out what's going on. Do you have a plan? What is the plan? Is it clear cut? Is it going to get rearranged, right? Because we know that's what happens, but it never gets talked about until it happens, right? With this whole school opening thing, right? And again, like I said, I've seen a couple more people come on. Shouts out to Porsche and my guy Spunk and Shishi for hanging out, and the other Shishi, right? So Miss Jackson, if you look on the story, if you look on my story for Facebook and Instagram, and we live on YouTube also, you can. If you need any assistance on advocating for your child and the verbiage to use, the style you want to come with to advocate for your baby at whatever school your child is participating at or being educated at, she is willing to assist you with that because she is a teacher and is looking to support any families that's needed. So now with school reopening, y'all, I think I want to say, I know elementary, and I'm more so basing this all off San Francisco Unified, right? So if you're like, but then I know Oakland's going to open back, and of course, all other schools are opening, slowly but surely. But I'm specifically basing it more so on San Francisco Unified. So high school sports is about to pop off, right? And so I coach sports at Balboa High School, right? And so I'm thinking, I'm looking, I'm like, okay, I have a meeting. They say it's going down. Then they're like, okay, we're not sure. Then they're like, look, if you get an email tomorrow, which was like Friday or something like that, then it's going to happen. And so I got that email saying, go connect with your team if you already had a team last year, and I did. And so it's a go, right? So I don't know. Again, we're just talking, and I'm not judging and all of that. I mean, I got judgment, but the fact of the matter is that it's going to be like a one day practice, 1 day game, one day, once a week game. So, more so to just get people going out, active, socializing again, and it's just, it's I'm a very competitive human just in general. So knowing that this will take place is a great thing, because whenever you get an opportunity to help mold the youth mind, right, that's always very intriguing to me. So the opportunity to be able to teach and mold and help and assist in the young youth, right? And I don't care what age it is. And it does come a point where youth kind of don't want to hear you as an adult. I get that. But, if you own my team, well, you either going to quit or you going to hear me. It's just kind of how it goes, right? So I'm totally excited about that. And then on top of that, the opportunity has come for me not only to coach the girls team, but also to coach the boys team, right? And it would be it wouldn't be the same, but it would be the same, right? Because it'll be practice on one day, practice on another day, and then when the game start, then it'll be game, and then practice right after for the other team. And then later in the week, it'll be game, and then an hour later, it'll be practice for the other team, boys and girls, if you're following me. So, so my adrenaline's pumping. Obviously, you can see, in the words of Thias, I guess I somewhat got the Holy Spirit and I'm fired up over here. I think Kojo, the character, got he got a sidebar here. You want to say? Hold on.
So if he does get the coaching job, right? I still have practice on both of the days that he has, or one of the days.
No, both of the days.
Both of the days that he has practice.
Right. So we got a lot that we got to figure out.
But the reason why I came was because I might be able to ride the bus.
And so he's excited about that. What y'all think, y'all? If he was to ride one bus to and from, right? I drop him off at practice. Excuse me. I practice with him for about an hour and a half, then leave 30 minutes early. And then once his practice is over, then he rides the bus to me, which is probably, the bus ride will probably be about 20 minutes. And it would be.
It's a first step to middle school.
It is the first step to middle school. Okay. Yeah. Well, thank you for that good info. Because that's good that he said that, because I know I had some things in my mind, and that was one of them. And, I like to talk to y'all. Y'all like to talk to me, or you somewhat like to listen, I guess. So what y'all think about that? Tell me your real feelings. I know somebody got a feeling about, don't be putting that baby on no bus. Oh, hey, I was on the bus. He ain't no better than me. So, tell me what you think. Of course, I got to talk to the wife, and the wife, it's still right now at this moment, I'm getting it. What you say? On the bus? What bus? How long is the bus? You remember being on the bus, right? I'm getting all that, right, all through a look while chewing on some hard shrimp. But the fact of the matter is that whole scenario, right, is it's so just, I don't know, it's inspiring to just kind of get that kind of rebirth. And it's amazing how now for myself, I've been active throughout this whole COVID time, right? And doing my family stuff and with my kids and teaching them and things like that. But let's see, take the bus, but sit in the front. Hey, not so amazing that you said that, because he said, I could catch the bus and I could just stand right next to the bus driver. And I totally remember them days, right? After, because when you work with your school homies, right, then it was real. You can do all the hoopla with the school homies. You can sit in the back, yell, scream, talk hella loud, use all the profanity in the world. But boy, when you wasn't on the bus with your school homies or no friends at all, somehow you slowly got yourself closer and closer to the front. Feel me? So I think it would be, I remember little Chris, that being my oldest son. I remember what grade was he though? He had to be sixth grade too. He had to be sixth grade too. But his first journey was first it was the bike ride, right? Because his mother had to go to work early. I had to be to work early. But so I couldn't take him to school because the school didn't open at all. And it was a summer school. And it was down there at, what's that school on Union? What's the elementary school on Union? Union, right? Or like 2 blocks off of Van Ness. It's a big old pink school. Anyway, he used to ride all the way. Follow me, y'all. I don't know if y'all know all these streets, but follow me. We're talking Fillmore, right? So we're talking Laguna and McAllister all the way down to Van Ness. Make the left on Van Ness all the way down to Union, which is like, I don't know, 3-4 blocks. Probably about 5-6 blocks from Lombard. And then he would have to make the left on Union and 2 blocks down. Now, of course, that doesn't go without a story, right? So one day he's riding, he's on that bike, and he's flying. And I guess a guy come around the corner and bow, he ran into the guy. Right. And, nothing really happened. The guy, got up, whatever. And I guess they made sure everybody was okay, whatever. And he went on to school. And so he would go to school. He would lock his bike up and I would pick him up. And then I'd unlock the bike and obviously put it on the bike rack and we'd do it all over again. Right. And so that was 5th grade going into the 6th grade summertime. So by the time he got to the 6th grade, I'm like, wait a minute, man, I'm living all the way in Daly City. He goes to school all the way at Claire Lilienthal, which is like right down in the Marina Green, probably like 10 blocks away from Marina Middle School, where I went to, Marina Uri. And so he used to, the 28 was right across the street. So I'm like, you know what, maybe you can catch the bus. And so he would catch that 28. And of course, I'm like, oh man, 28. Okay, who on that bus, right? Who on that bus? Okay, I'm breaking it down. I'm like, okay, let me see. Let's see, Galileo. No, I see that's Link. Okay, Gal. Okay, but who gonna be on that bus? And I broke it down, and mentally I was like, he should be okay. He should be okay on that bus. Now, this bus we talking about now, remix. It is the 5-4, and we do know that the 5-4 has, I guess you could say like a stereotype to some extent, right? But if his goal is to stand by the bus driver, then they had to stand by the bus driver. Okay. But obviously it's going to be talked about. We'll try to figure it out. We will figure it out one way or another, whether another family member assists, whether the wife picks him up, etc. Right. But anyway, that was just hot on the mind. No, it ain't Bret Hart. Bret Hart, that's down there but that's right there by Double Rock, right? Yeah. But what is that school?
Sherman.
Huh? Sherman. Is it Sherman?
Mm-hmm.
It may be Sherman. It may be Sherman. I think that's what it is. I think it is. Look it up for me real quick.
The Pink School.
Yeah.
The Pink School.
Huh? No, elementary school on Union. On Union and what is that? That's Franklin or but yeah, so anyway, Yeah, I think my pilot light and it went out. I think I was fired up. And but you said Sherman, my bad, my bad, my bad, my bad, my bad. There you did say Sherman, okay. but but okay, but ain't nobody said what y'all think. Y'all think I should put him on the bus? I'm just asking what your opinion now. Ride the bus or no way?
Y'all. Stick with me, y'all. Come on.
Sante say stick with him.
We
he
gotta
want to do
have
it.
a vote. So whoever's on there, I'm ready, man. I know karate, remember?
Right? So if you're on Instagram, if you're on Facebook, if you're on YouTube, give your opinion. Do you think he should be allowed to ride the bus? He's 11 years old, 5th grade, and he'd be riding it 2 days a week for approximately 25 minutes from one spot to the next.
25 minutes.
And the bus will let him off a block away from his destination. So 2 people said ride the bus. One said he should be okay. The other one says take the bus, King. Right? Now, he over here fired up like a 4th of July pop rocket, but doesn't mean that his little pilot light won't get put out. But the fact of the matter is, these are all discussions as life matures, and the children do too. And obviously, it comes from their behavior, their observation, and knowing their areas, neighborhoods, safety precautions. I don't want to sound like Smokey the Bear or nothing. But all of it does matter. You know what I mean? Jump off the porch. Hey, I hope y'all have a good night. Hey, guess what, y'all? It's 6:57, and I swear I ate dinner already. Hey, dinner usually don't get started till 7:30. Dinner done. Shrimp, garlic bread. What we had? Mashed potatoes, salad. I'm set.
So
I'm set. I ain't stressed on. I gotta hurry up and get off the show, even though I'm getting off the show. Okay. I hope you all have a great night. I'll see you tomorrow. We'll be here, ready to go.
7.
In the words of the great Kojo the character.
Life is great no matter what.
Catch y'all
on
the flip side. Peace. They make gang signs. Those are just finger movements. Holla.